I saw a quote of yours in an interview in 1998 where you said it's hard for you to sort of resolve the artist and the whore at times, and that's really interesting to me, especially now in regards to the music industry, where in the mid '90s, you were collecting checks like nobody's business because of radio play, because your albums were selling. Now you have to tour like a maniac.
I love that that's your perception, and I won't argue with it just for the sake of the story. But
no, please argue.
We weren't really collecting checks. I mean, we were an underground band that did well for an underground band. But we never broke like Nirvana broke or Soundgarden broke or any of those bands. But it's interesting you bring up the conflict between the artist and the whore, which I've now dumbed down in the 2000s.
In what way? What do you mean dumbed down?
Now it's art and entertainment.
Okay.
The whore thing I've just broadened into entertainment. So
you've given it a nicer moniker.
It's a little bit easier to swallow. So for me, I consider hosting Ink Master entertainment. I'm not creating anything new. It's not a part of my soul or my heart going into it. It's a cool show and it's fun for me. Now the art for me is filmmaking or working on music or something that is of the creative's ends. You know what I mean? So it is a struggle. And I am just as, in fact, it's funny. We were in the car on the way over here, and I was talking to our publicist for Ink Master, and I was like, so basically what you want me to do today is beg. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, that's what press is.
Right.
In the entertainment field. You're just begging for people to watch your show or buy your record or,
you're looking for that moment in the conversation. Like Ink Master, which airs February 28th.
And I just think it's such a necessary evil, especially with 24-hour news cycle and the internet the way it is now, because I come from a time when there was no internet.
Right. Well, I think what's interesting about doing press, for me as part of the press, is that I get to, we talk a little bit about Ink Master and then we open it up and we get to talk about Dave Navarro.
That's because you're one of the few journalists out there that has a brain.
Thank you.
That's
2 days in a row I've gotten compliments, guys.
You didn't just go to Wikipedia
right.
and write down a bunch of stuff and then ask me those same things again, which I love that. And it's fun to have engaging conversation. But so it's a tough thing for me because as much as I love what I do and I love the people I work with, I'm also equally nauseated by some of the things I have to do as a result.
Right.
You know what I mean?